My name is Steph Sherer. I'm the founder and executive director of Americans for Safe Access. We have both a nonprofit and a 501c4, and we are a network of over 50,000 patients, scientists, and doctors that are working to end the conflict between federal and state laws around medical cannabis and to create a federal distribution program for patients whose doctors have told them that cannabis is the best therapy for them. So we started as a campaign, actually just trying to get attention on the work that the Bush administration was doing to undermine California state law. And 7 years later, we have 50,000 members. We have 72 chapters. And through our legal department and our lobbying, we've actually created legal sales of medical marijuana, actually the first legal sales of marijuana in this country. And we have, this year in the Obama administration, we've actually got a commitment from Obama that they will stop the federal raids, arrests, and investigations of medical cannabis patients and their providers. When you're looking at medical cannabis, you can't look at it in a vacuum, and this issue is definitely the success and how this issue moves has to do with who's in the White House. And medical cannabis wasn't the only issue under the Bush administration where politics trumped science. We were among climate change and a whole host of other policies that were just, that politics just led before science. And this administration has made a commitment, that they will look at the science over politics, and that gives some space for doctors and medical associations to look at those policies and look through the politics. And this, the AMA statement is actually the result of years of work, of lobbying inside the AMA, of teaching doctors and leadership about the research, but also, a work of individuals who are willing to stand up within their own organizations and say, this is something we should look at. There's something here. I think we're still starting to feel the impact, or we're just now starting to feel the impact of the statement of the AMA. But what we are told is that actually the statement from the Department of Justice really freed up those conversations. And so, I started Americans for Safe Access in 2002, and we dreamed of this day. We dreamed of being in a situation where we could actually work on implementing these state laws, on really making access work not only for the patients, but work for the communities where they live. And now we get to do that. For 7 years, I slept with my cell phone next to my head, waiting for a friend to call me that they were being raided by the DEA. And so much of our resources as an organization went to responding and reacting to those federal interferences, whether it was our rapid response program, where we would, anytime there was a raid in California, activists were deployed through text message, doing the press work around that, then following them to trials, getting that information to city council members, to Congress. It was a lot of work keeping up on documenting and advocating against this conflict. And now we get to do the real work, which is making sure that the millions of people who need this medication can have access. And I think in California, we have a model that's working, where there's the media loves to talk about sort of and hype up the parts that they want to talk about what's going on in California. But the truth is that cities across California have created regulations. This is working in communities that will actually step up and regulate them. And now we're seeing this in Colorado, Montana, and at the federal level, we get to work at a long-term solution. This year, I met with the Department of Justice, actually a week before the statement came out, and one of the first things the woman we met with, who's the Director of Intergovernmental Affairs, when he came in, she said, well, how does it feel to be inside? And I said, a lot better than being arrested outside. And what we got from that meeting was not only do we have an ear inside the administration, but we were told that this was that we're inside now, that this was the first of many meetings, that we are, that we're going to go beyond policy and change law, and that it's a new day. Our website is americansforsafeaccess.org, and on our website you can stay up to date with what's happening at the federal level, as well as in the states. You can also find legal and medical information. We have resources for you to talk to your doctors about medical cannabis. We also have resources for you to talk to your family and your friends about medical cannabis. This is, having the choice to use medical cannabis. Once you're a doctor and you make that decision, there's still a lot of stigma and a lot of work to do. So we're here as a service resource for patients, as well as a political resource. And we also have an 800 number that you can call if you have a law enforcement encounter and you're a patient and you need support. So you can find information on all of that on our website, americansforsafeaccess.org.